Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute Live. I'm Kyle Olson from the Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco. Kyle?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Any time you're watching this.
Hello,
either
Internet.
the morning or the night. Internet time. Dude, it's May. We're almost at the end of May.
No, we're like right on the door. Like June is just right around the corner.
The real summer.
Yeah.
That's what we think here, but what do we know in Arizona?
I know. My flashback thing came up, and it was like, 2 years ago, I was at a convention. Oh, remember those?
Oh, wait. I gotta ask this question. Wait, right up front. I'm gonna upload this.
Sure.
Phoenix Fan Fusion, for those of you who are in Phoenix.
Yes.
Is it an in-person event in January or not?
That's still in question. Like they put out the event, they said like it's coming, but they have not put out any press release or anything major. So
okay.
If you go to their Facebook group, it says an online event. But
Yes,
I think
that's
they're
what I just
actually
saw.
going for in person in January, which by January, yeah, I think that's great. But it's always weird with scheduling and stuff too. As someone who was inside of a convention and seeing all the things that they have to do and contracts and schedules and everything they have to sign, they probably looked towards the fall and saw that was probably the first time that something was available. So I think January would be a good time because if you can come out soon enough after the festivities and sort of ride that wave, that's great.
Right.
But if you come out, I'm not sure the exact dates, if you come out like January 30th, well, at least something to be able to look forward to in January, which is something we usually don't have. So I'll be there.
Oh, we're there.
I'm not sure if I'll be performing or not because I have been there in the past, but I will definitely be attending. So and we'll see with the other one. So it looks like 2021 kind of a wash for conventions, but 2022 seems to be they'll be coming back in full swing.
We're getting there.
That's
a good.
Oh.
Well, I know someone else who's just arrived.
That's
in addition to Irina's recap.
That's right. The party. It's a Stark party.
We're in the middle. What was the last episode on Friday was the infamous Pepper Potts is not a very good friend, right?
Yes. Yeah.
No, she's not. And the best comment I saw, our friend Paul, who's friend of the show, who is one of our great fans.
Yep.
Did you see his conch comment? About here, we were making the thing about
I know.
Tony Stark's conch. No, but okay, we were 14-year-olds about it.
Yes,
we made fun of it.
Were. Yeah.
Right? He's like, but dude, a conch is a protective shell. And I'm like,
Iron Man, he went high, we went low.
You're absolutely right.
Doing a lot of these shows, you get a little punchy, and when something like that comes up, sometimes you got to run with it.
We didn't. We got deep into the conch.
We did.
So the party. You got to tune in. If you haven't started listening now, you got to listen because it's the party.
That's right.
Craziness is about to happen.
We had a little tribute to the man the movie is dedicated to, DJ
Oh, absolutely.
Goldberg, who passed away shortly before the movie was released. So we got a little serious at that one too. So it was quite a roller coaster this week.
Yes.
This past week.
So definitely drop in if you can, and
because I believe a big silver friend is going to be showing up in the next week. So
I think there's I think we get turned around inside the geography of the floor plan of the house.
Try to figure out how Stark Mansion is laid out and get a little confused about that because I still am not unclear about where things are.
And then there's the outfits. We talk about some of the deleted scenes and the different way the
the very different portrayal of Natalie that was originally in this before they went a different way, which you'll see a piece of when she comes back around.
Yeah, this is all right. Lots of good stuff. All right. So
we got quite a bit of news happening. There's a lot of little things happening here in the newsiverse. See, the first one I thought is let's talk about our friends on the other side of the aisle. Sony. Remember, Sony has its own pocket Marvel universe. We never actually talked about the fact that the Let There Be Carnage trailer came out.
Oh my God, yes.
And was a terrible trailer. Now, the longtime fans will know that I am not a fan of the Venom movie, but I know there a lot are, and I will not yuck your yum. If you want to enjoy it, fantastic. I'm still boggled that movie even exists. It has some serious problems, but that's just my opinion. And it came out, but it made a ton of money, and not
my money because I still haven't seen it.
You still haven't seen it, I know. And so they released a trailer for it. And the other thing is, the sequel's directed by Andy Serkis. Yes, that Andy Serkis. Like Snoke, Caesar, Gollum. Like Andy Serkis. Okay, I hope he was not the one who did that trailer, because that trailer was atrocious. There have been a couple of trailers that have come out recently that are just badly put together. And it's like, for the first time we're seeing something of your movie, not great, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing happened with, unfortunately, the Snake Eyes trailer. I watched it and I was like, this is a bad trailer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to that movie, but not after seeing that trailer. It's not going to make me not go. But, boy, I don't know if did all the people who make really good trailers, if they're not Edgar Wright, they had COVID? Because...
Well, I was going to say, maybe they're all working remotely and they can't like get in a room and say, what is this?
Yeah. It's just like, just get something out there. Like,
I don't know, but I agree with you. Yeah. The Carnage one is not great.
Right. No. So Sony has its own little side Marvel pocket universe where Morbius sits and Venom and things. And supposedly there's some kind of a plan that they can peacefully coexist alongside the greater MCU. But they have announced a new character will be joining that, and that's Kraven the Hunter. And they have cast their Kraven the Hunter, and it's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, I missed this. Wait,
yeah.
what?
Sony has cast Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven the Hunter in his own solo movie.
Well, that's why now.
So for those of you who don't know the name, that's original Quicksilver.
Well, that's why he couldn't show up in WandaVision.
Right,
because
he was. Sense. Yeah, sure. That's what that makes sense. Because, Oh, okay.
What? I don't know what to say about that.
I don't know. He's a great actor. I mean, obviously.
Yeah. Of course, of course.
And all the other. And he's actually gotten a lot of prestige movies under his belt now too. And but as Kraven the Hunter, like, I don't know.
And didn't you were thinking that was going to be that he would factor into one of the Spider-Man movies, and your cast was
Hugh Jackman.
Yes,
would be a great Kraven the Hunter as a villain. Like, bring him in to hunt Spider-Man in a Spider-Man sequel. That would have been amazing, and he would have loved it because he loves playing the villain, but nobody ever casts him that way. I know, so that's the problem. I have my own fan canon I have to reconcile. And but I really wanted Hugh Jackman to be that. But hey, there's a multiverse, so...
Well, there is now. We know for sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I mean, it's a good character and it's a good actor. Hopefully they make a thing, but like, boy, that... You could have given me a list of like 10 guys in Hollywood, and I would not have been on that list for me.
Oh, okay. All right. And that's going to be... He's a character in... Let There Be Carnage?
No, he's in his own solo movie.
Oh, he's getting his own movie.
Yes, Kraven the Hunter, the movie. And the first time, just like Morbius, the first time we see him will be in his own movie. So I guess it's Kraven the Hunter, the origin?
But wait, how does it... So is it literally now there's going to be a Sony Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yes.
That is...
They actually... Oh, they had a name for it. It was really terrible.
Just
like Spider-Verse would have been great, but it was like the Sony Marvel. I don't know. It was. I think DC Extended Universe was bad. This was way worse.
Oh, see, we're not okay.
Yeah, and you can stop the clock because at long last, finally, Marvel has confirmed that Oscar Isaac is in fact playing Moon Knight in the television series. Like Marvel on Instagram and on other social media platforms finally put out a picture of him. Yeah. With all the Moon Knight, like basically his vision board behind him of all this great Moon Knight art, and then it said, and it tagged him in it. So finally, our long national nightmare is over. We now know that Oscar Isaac is in fact going to be Moon Knight.
Did you see
in the television series?
Another casting great thing is, did you see that Kent Mansley is going to be in Secret Invasion?
I did not. The Secret Invasion they're being really, really quiet about. So all these names keep coming up. And I'm like, but is that official? Like Emilia Clarke, they said is going to be in it, but is that official or is that just like people just put something together? I don't know.
I don't know. Well,
the only two names we know are Ben Mendelsohn and Sam Jackson.
Okay, and when I say Kent Mansley, I'm obviously talking about Christopher McDonald.
Yeah.
Or Shooter McGavin. You take your pick.
Sure.
No, this is like Geek Tyrant. A bunch of other places had that. I thought that was cool. It's cool though. He seems like he would be a perfect whatever character he fits into that storyline.
Yeah,
whatever it ends up being.
They had been supposedly casting a bunch of Brits, which I was curious if they were going to have British people playing Skrulls, like kind of in the same way that the original Empire was all British actors.
Right.
Like if that was a way of having them all sort of sound. But Ben Mendelsohn did an American accent as Talos in Captain Marvel, so
yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
We'll see.
Gonna be
That one's a little further out, so I guess I'm curious to see. They have not started filming yet, so it'll be interesting to see once that does what we find out officially. And speaking of unofficial, there's going to be a Black Panther television series. We don't know exactly what it's going to be called, but we know that Okoye is going to be in it. If it's real, this is the problem with all these things is Hollywood Reporter had it, so I think that I take that as not necessarily confirmation, but pretty much closer as opposed to all the geek news, which tends to they find one rumor and then everybody runs it. At least Hollywood Reporter has reporters who can back up their sources and those kind of things. But we'll see. That would be great. I'm like if it's just going to be the Dora Milaje, as a show, that would be great too. Especially because there's still 5 years of missing story in the MCU.
Yes,
you could what happened. When basically the person that Okoye was supposed to be guarding, gets snapped away. How did the Dora Milaje deal with those 5 years? We only know what one of them was doing, which was helping the White Wolf recover. But what about everyone else?
When you hear this, I saw that announcement, and then I saw there was some other stuff I know we had talked about earlier about movie dates were not unnamed movie dates are moving around, all this stuff. Has anything ever like this happened in that? How does Kevin Feige and all these other people how do you run this many moving parts?
Yeah. I know.
This many shows in development is insane. I don't understand how you would do that with movies and everything else. Has anyone ever tried to do this? I mean, nothing. We've never seen anything like this.
No, nothing. Not from as small as the Marvel Brain Trust is. We've never seen anything like this. I mean, I know that they have. They're a part of the Disney machine, but
sure,
they basically make all the decisions themselves internally. Only the big stuff ever goes up any higher. I don't even know who the current chairman of Disney is. Sure. They're in another transitional period too. There's a lot.
Oh yeah, that's right, because it's not Iger. Yes.
Right. It's not. Yes. It's not Bob. Yeah, Iger is consulting at this point.
Right.
Because he's handing over to I think another Bob actually.
Right.
I don't know. Well, that's another name we need to have. But they're sort of an island unto themselves, and they just use sort of the Disney machine for marketing and merchandise and that kind of stuff, and they make all the decisions internally. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It makes you wonder what the infrastructure of that is like. Like, does he have dedicated people that? I mean, you could look at the structure, or whatever, but is there someone that just reports to him and say, here's what's going on with television, here's who we cast, here's
it's amazing.
Who we're going, because every one of these they're not all shooting at Pinewood in Atlanta. No. They're all over the world.
No, so, exactly.
That means you have to book locations for all of them and shooting locations for all of them and extras and food and all that stuff. You think
the logistics, the story thread, all of it, and the quality. I mean, obviously there is a level of quality that's to be expected here.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
my suggestion to them right now is embed a journalist, one of your people, and then just tell the story of how the hell you're doing this.
Yes.
Because in another 10 years, that's the story that people are going to know is how did you pull this off with so many things happening? They did it with Star Trek Deep Space Nine. The episode guy that came out was a person on site who was on set, taking notes all the time. And it was fantastic because you actually got a first-person perspective on all these things. They need to be doing that too. Once we're past the secrets, for now, anything happened in the Infinity Saga, tell us all that stuff because it's all old news now.
Right. Maybe that's that book that's coming out in October that we talked about.
Maybe there'll be more things than we think of in there.
Yeah.
So if television is not your thing and movies aren't your thing, perhaps podcasts are, because Marvel has already dipped its finger, but there's a brand new podcast coming out that has some pretty high names attached. So it's called Wastelanders, Old Man Star-Lord. So they actually had this is sort of a post-apocalyptic world coming out. about basically Star-Lord as an old man, and it's a post-apocalyptic thing. Things have happened, but the cool thing is they're going for A-list talent when they're doing not just whatever actors they can find. So Peter Quill is going to be played by Timothy Busfield.
Oh,
Rocket Raccoon is Chris Elliott, and the big name drop here is Natasha Romanoff is in it, and she's being played by Susan Sarandon.
what?
And in a podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Let's see. What else we have in here? Vanessa Williams. We have Danny Glover.
Wow.
Yeah, they're really going all out. And luckily for you, it's this week. June 1st, the first episode drops. And it's free. So go to your podcatcher of choice and you get it. Oh, and also, I should say Stephen Lang is also in there too as Clint Barton. So this is a brand new story. Like they sort of have had this world around for a little while, but this is all sort of open in terms of this. It's sort of like a Marvel Mad Max post-apocalyptic thing going on. So you don't need to know anything going in. Like they're going to tell you everything you need to know. So I'm super excited about this.
I literally just subscribed to it as you said that.
Yeah.
I was like, I will forget. I mean, in the podcast world that we are in, scripted podcasts are really. I mean, I know they've been around, but now they're really going mainstream.
Yeah.
Like, to see something like this come from a legitimate property, like you see a lot more of this. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It'd be interesting to see if any of the established universes try to do this and tie it into what's going on. Like this is great because it's Elseworlds. They can do their own. Elseworlds is a DC thing, but I know. But
right.
It's off on its own, so they can do whatever they want, which is great because it's open canvas. But it'd be interesting to see if they would do something like this and have it tie in to something going on. Like you take a secondary character like a Flash Thompson and have a podcast series like leads up to it and then also ties into stuff that's happening in the movie.
Dude, that's who that's how they tell Jimmy Woo's story.
Yeah, right.
Oh my! Oh,
right?
that would be amazing.
Get him and Darcy, and like you basically start that X-Files series that everybody wants from the two of them. You started as a podcast. And like start telling those stories.
That's totally what you need to do.
And then spin it off into a big show. I think it'd be great.
Man, there's so much. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. The only thing I saw was that they basically talked. The Loki creators have talked about 'cause Loki's coming up soon. We're less than like 2 weeks away now.
That's right.
That it's multiverse. And that they wanted to be crazier than WandaVision.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, okay, strap in, because this is gonna be fun. I mean, like that's the other thing that's great is that they can, with multiverse stuff, they don't have to be tied into anything that's going on.
No, yeah.
Especially because this character is not tied to our MCU. I mean, like he's from the Splinter, so like we don't have to worry about any of that like crossing over or connections or what's going on. Like, I mean. The end of the Eternals trailer is definitely like, yes, we're still in the MCU proper, but Loki does not have to be at all.
And one thing, Eternals trailer, I've read a lot of comments after they posted it, and I know everybody is clapped onto this idea that, well, where are these people? If they were all, where have these people been?
Yeah,
everybody's got to. I mean, the working theory is that their minds were wiped somehow. Is that what? That's what the idea is that.
But
they didn't know.
The answer is in the name of the movie. It's Eternals.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it's going to cover 40,000 years. I mean, like it's they've been around since the very beginning. So we have a lot of story to cover until we get to 20. And then 25.
Well, and I'm sure they will close that loop of where were they during Thanos's reign of terror.
Right.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I think there's a reason that they've been staying in secret. And maybe maybe it's the snap. The snapshot
this will be
that causes them
correct
to come out of hiding.
There we go. See, this isn't the DCEU. You'll get your answers. All right.
Ooh, burn. That's all I had for news stories. But I think we have a exciting piece of merchandise that came out.
Yeah, wait. So I was taking a break with the merchandise. Okay, just real quick update from last week. So I go to my Lego store.
Oh, yes.
I go to my Lego store Wednesday morning, Daily Bugle. I'm ready. Scrounge together my money, right? I get there at like an hour, 20 minutes after the store opens. Walk in, it's busy. one of the people come up to me. They go, "What can I help you with?" I go, "Daily Bugle." She's like, "They're gone." And I went, "Okay. How many did you have?" She goes, "We had 25. They sold in the first 30 minutes that the store was open." Wow. So I go, "Okay." She's like, "But maybe we'll get more on Friday." I'm like, "No, I'm not coming here again. That's it, right?" I walk out of the store. I immediately pull my phone out, go to the site. I get one. So I have it ordered. It's going to get here this week. We'll do something with it. We'll figure it out. So that's cool. But then the next day I check, it's sold out on Lego.com too. So they're gone.
Wow. Do you think that they underestimated the demand, or do you think that they exactly matched the demand except you?
Well, no. I watched. Okay, so I watched a lot of YouTube channels of guys who went to get it, and a lot of the stores got anywhere from 25 to 40 sets, and they all sold out within the first. They sold out within the first 30 minutes of opening, because I still say that this is a set that is for not just the Marvel people. It's for the city people. It's for the modular building people. You have people.
Minifig collectors.
Minifig collectors. There's going to be people who are buying it because they're going to buy two and they want to build a double-sized skyscraper. It's all craziness. But anyway, so that we'll have an update on that again in the future. Yeah. Now, you did have a piece of merchandise, so there wasn't anything big from
this came out. There was a Hot Toys. Once again, Hot Toys. Look at that! Wow. Miles Morales. This is from the video game. So this is Miles Morales that ties into directly, because the outfit he's wearing actually is the one you unlock towards the end of the game, where you see Spider Cat there behind it. It's actually a cat named Spider-Man. But yeah, so this is tied into the thing. I mean, this is he is this posable. So like all the stuff here, that is not a statue. That is an action figure. I mean, it's a doll essentially. So I think it's
a 12-inch. It's a 12-inch.
Inches. Yeah. Oh yeah. There he is. So yeah. So you can pose him in all the different ways that you want to. I mean, it's just that, like, those guys are just insane with the amount of detail they put in.
See, my only concern on the Hot Toys is that when they do like his pants. It looks amazing. This is like traditional cloth, so I'm not worried about this. But when they get to these like leatherette sort of things, if you keep him in a certain position for too long, does cracking happen? You know what I mean? Like, and I think they're constantly figuring that out. But not that I'm taking anything away. Hot Toys is good stuff, and please. But I always look at stuff like that. I'm like, how do they do that? Like, how do they get it to where, you can put something and you leave it for a year, on your shelf, and then what do you do with it? But God, the detail in this, and the cat is absolutely.
And like they have the sting, like he's got the electro. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, my mouse is still there. We go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
See that? From his spider sting. And you can see there's the cat. Like the cat is fully posable figure that comes with it too.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what are we, 250? Is it in the 250
I think
range?
it's somewhere in that range. Yeah, 250, 300, somewhere in there. But
well, we're not.
For the video gamers out there, that's from Spider-Man Miles Morales, which is available for PS4 and PS5. I have it on PS4 because I have not bought a PS5. Yeah, I have a 5-game threshold.
Is that it?
Yeah, it has to be 5 games that I want to buy, especially because it's hard to find, to buy a system that's $500.
Oh my God! Well, see, and you still
right now I'm at 2.
Yeah,
so
you got the. I'm.
Yes, that was why I bought the Xbox Series X. I bought it at launch. Why? Because every game came with. So everything from Xbox One, Xbox 360.
No, they're smart.
All
I think
games
that's good.
they came back along. They have the different philosophies, and like that's the one I like is because I'm in addition to playing whatever the Biomutant, which I just got this week, I'm also playing Psychonauts, which is from the original Xbox. No achievements, no nothing, but it backward compatible. They brought it along. I think we might have lost Rob. Just me flying solo. It's hard to have a podcast or even a live show about bantering when there's only one person to talk about, to banter with. So it's just you and me now. How are you? How's it going? How's your May been? Has it been all right? All right. Well, that's good to hear. What else can I tell you about? I was born in a small town, and no, I'm not going to go that far. Let's see. So what do we have to look forward to in the next coming time period? Oh, look, he's totally gone now. Look at that. Flying solo. This is the way it should be. Widescreen. Huh? Let's all take a water break, too. You should drink more water. So we have to look forward to. Okay, so here we are in June. Well, June starts Tuesday, so your money will be on your own. Happy Memorial Day. Thank you to all of those of you who served and to help those who do serve. I was a coward, so I did not. But both Rob's and my fathers were both in the Air Force and served during Vietnam, and both came home just fine. Let's see. We have Loki is premiering on June 9th. So we have this week. We'll talk more about it next week because we'll have one more show before it comes on there. So June 9th will be there. Because remember, Loki has moved to Wednesdays now. So Wednesday instead of Fridays. So we have that. And then, of course, the next thing is July. I'm looking at the date. July 9th will be Black Widow. So mark your calendars. And that one we'll probably actually be able to see in theaters. So looking forward to that. So I'm assuming that in the next couple of weeks they'll start putting pre-orders up for those tickets, and that actually might be worthy of a midnight show.
I'm back.
Oh, look, joining me for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, Rob Cabasco.
Every once in a while, I will not mention my ISP because it's the only ISP I can have, and so I don't want to piss anybody off. Right. Every once in a while, come on. I'm back. Thanks, AT&T, for
we weren't
offering
talking about you at all when you were gone. It's fine.
Using my hotspot now.
Well,
anyway.
Yeah, so I was just covering some of the dates that we're looking forward to when things are coming out, but that's pretty much it. So you came back just in time for us to wrap up the show, because that's pretty much all we have to talk about. So since you decided to take a little siesta towards the end of the show, why don't you tell people what they have to look forward to in the next week of the Marvel Movie Minute podcast?
Oh, it's everything goes bad at the party. The party's going to be a disaster. There's going to be a fight. Windows are going to get blown out, and sadness will happen. But that's okay. It turns into something really good. Because then we have home movies and other stuff. Is that it?
Home movies. Okay, gotcha.
Home movies.
Right.
When he does the home movie, because then he gets the trunk. You forgot. The movie still it takes a break. It does.
It takes a little. Just like Rob did in the show. It takes a little siesta as well. Like let's stop. Let's pause. Let's reflect.
Take a break.
Think back.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking and sharing and doing all of the things that you should do for all your favorite social media type things. We'll be back next week with another thing. And meanwhile, subscribe to Marvel Movie Minute. Catch up. Jump right in. You don't worry about the backlog. Just come along with us and have a good time. Thank you all. And enough said.
Bye.